Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the FortcastZA episode number 6 and the first of the team editions. And today I have ATK with me. They can all unmute themselves and we can get the show on the road. Hutchie, Zach, Tristan, James, Riots, all of you guys, welcome to the stream.
Hey, thanks.
Hello.
Three of you has been here already. That's Zach, Tristan, James. All right. We've got two Jameses here, so I think we'll just stick to the gamer tags then. Hutchie, for your first time, welcome to the stream. A lot to talk to you about. You may be one of the guys that speaks openly about their opinions, and I think it's a good thing. As a lot of people hide behind doors or other people. But it's a good thing to have you on for a change. But yeah, as I said, this is the first of the team editions. We're going to go down the alphabet. So if you are a team with the name B next, and if you can obviously guess who that is next, Bravado will be our next team to follow ATK, and we'll go down. And obviously, when we come to C, the chat, you guys know or can think about any team that we can get in as a C. I don't even need to tell you who that's going to be. But getting back to this episode, the first topic I want to talk to you guys individually about, and that is the question of who are you guys on this day? Who are you? If I ask you, Hutchie, write me a bio of yourself to this point today, who are you, Hutchie? Explain to us.
This is a really tough question because I feel like my life's not that entertaining. I'm a male, 22 years old.
That's a good thing you said. Okay.
I'm 22 years old male, born and raised in Botswana. My dad is from UK. He was born in Birmingham. My mom is from Botswana. They met while my dad was touring in Botswana, decided to stay. So then a young colored son was made. That's me. And then I went into gaming after sports, worked my way up the ranks, played competitive Call of Duty, met a lot of people from South Africa. Now I play Fortnite and I work in South Africa, currently doing my internship here in SA. I'm graduating next year. Next year will be my final year, currently studying multimedia systems. So that's me.
Oh, awesome. Great in depth. Zach, let's see if you can top that.
Okay, wait. I just want to... Okay, never mind.
Technical issues.
I'm just changing my Discord screen to that side because people are saying I'm bored because I'm looking this way because everyone is on this side. It's fine. Okay, it's fine. Anyway, I'm Zach. I'm currently 20 years old.
Are you also a male?
I'm pretty sure I'm a male. Last time I checked.
Okay.
Anyway, so currently I'm Fortnite competitive player under ATK, and I also am studying engineering at UCT. And yeah, that's basically who I am today.
That's basically who you are today. Tristan, and you?
Yeah, I'm Tristan, Trogonz. I am currently 16 or turning 16 in end of September. I am currently doing my GED online. I'm homeschooled, and yeah, I'm a competitive player for ATK as of recently.
James, Riots. Yeah, right. You're falling
Okay.
down on in your chair there again, like the last stream.
Like, like sinking. Like
we literally just have a head.
Big boy.
I'm James Riots. I'm 17, turning 18 next year. I'm still in school, grade 7. You're grade 7. You're grade 11.
Yeah.
I hate it, obviously.
Yeah.
Competitive Fortnite player for ATK Arena. And yeah.
Talking about ATK, actually, Zach, you show off that beautiful jerseys that you guys recently got from ATK. This is not a strip show. This is just to show how nice it looks, and we can see them we can see them rocking that.
Not around.
No, it's really nice to see you guys getting that team jerseys on there. Our next topic then of discussion is again just speaking to you guys individually. If Fortnite wasn't a thing and you guys obviously still wanted to go into gaming, what title would you guys want to go in competitive games in? So obviously not Fortnite. What other games? Actually, maybe I don't know if you. I know you play CS:GO. COD. Please tell me it's Call of Duty. Is it COD?
I'm not even buying the new card.
Ah,
I'm not
no!
buying Modern Warfare.
No!
I'm not even.
No!
No. It's,
Ah,
no, it doesn't
Zach's
make
my
me
man.
feel
Zach's my man.
God,
God,
not
man.
on top, but
Okay,
can
yeah,
get
but
close to
the
it.
question is
Can get
then,
close to it.
if not Fortnite, what game would you guys play competitively, Hutch?
Can we start with someone else? I
You
didn't
still
think
don't
about
think.
this question.
Zach. Okay, you go for it, Zach.
I want to play Dota competitively.
Dota.
Okay, buddy.
All right. But do you think there's a big
Okay.
Dota scene in South Africa?
Nope, it just looks hella fun.
So,
That's all.
okay.
But if I had to look at South Africa, like a South African standpoint, I'd say either COD or CS:GO, like one of
Yeah.
those.
I'd probably, yeah. For me personally, obviously COD will be first, but I think CS:GO is really big in South Africa. And
Yeah.
majority of the teams that do travel overseas to compete is in CS:GO. So that's probably the way to go. Tristan, and you?
I would probably go for CS.
Also,
Because yeah, that's probably the like game that's the closest to competitive.
yeah, well,
Because
you
it's only
you and
basically like
Kovacs
CS,
is basically
Fortnite.
you and CS.
Yeah, that's
So,
yeah,
okay,
true.
yeah.
I feel like
Um,
my aim could be pretty good in that.
Riots?
Minecraft, bruh.
Minecraft.
Yeah.
Minecraft.
Minecraft. Any day.
No, but there's no tournaments. What would you tournament for Minecraft? Yo, who can build them?
My man just wants to build.
Minecraft
dude.
Monday, dude.
he just wants to crank those builds, man. Hutch, coming back to you.
Yes.
Probably Rainbow Six Siege, to be honest. I was looking to go competitive in Rainbow Six Siege
Mm.
before Fortnite came out. I was really good at it.
Yeah, I know.
So,
I know. Carl
probably Rainbow Six
Hypes.
Siege.
Carl Hypes is literally grinding R6 at this page, and
Yeah,
I know
was
there's a
playing
lot
the
of
game
tournaments
before
with
he
them.
did. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of tournaments, so I don't know. Maybe it could work out if Fortnite. Well, if they keep having the updates that they are and making the game worse and worse and worse. We know actually you took a long break from Fortnite due to them having mix and all that other cuck on in the game. But we don't speak about that. It's in the past. But okay, next topic of discussion is then. Actually, I know you on your stream spoke about your journey until this day, until now, and it got quite emotional. Because it's a bumpy road and it's not easy to get where you were in Botswana all the way to where you are now. Just tell us more a history lesson basically of your life leading up to now. What did you go through? And at the same, I'm going to ask for Riots after you are done because I think Riots also has a bumpy road leading up to now.
Okay, I'm not gonna try to take too long. I'm gonna shorten it because my stream, I think it went on for 40 minutes talking about this.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna shorten it. So started playing Call of Duty, I think 2009. I think I was playing on PlayStation 3. I was trick shotting in the games, going for some feeds. There's a few clips on my YouTube channel if you scroll all the way down, and that's pretty much what I like to do. I used to trick shot 24/7. I'd get home, trick shot. Then I moved over to Xbox. Xbox, I played it. The new title came out, which was Infinite Warfare at the time, and we got the game. The game stopped. No one went on it. Trick shotting sucked. Game. So we went back to Black Ops 2. Played it for 3 years on the same game.
Yeah.
Then my friends got PlayStation 4, and I didn't have a PlayStation 4. So I moved over to Infinite Warfare, and what I liked to play was ranked. That was so much fun. I was playing league matches on Black Ops 2, and then I played Infinite Warfare ranked match. So then that opened me up to competitive in South Africa. And around that time, I went to Durban to go meet one of my live friends. That was the first time I traveled to South Africa by myself. So that opened me up to the idea of, traveling to go see people in South Africa.
Yeah.
So anyways, Black Ops 3 came out, and I got a PlayStation 4, and I got Black Ops 3. And I grinded that game so hard. I played so much arena on that game. I played so much ranked. And that's when I got noticed by a really small team, which was... I can't remember what the name of it was called. It was with Chomsy or someone. I don't know if you remember Chomsy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was with Chomsy and them. And I played with them, and I'd always go top of the lobby every single time we played.
So
and that
basically,
opened
what you
up
do now
opportunity.
with your trio now is like you're always carrying them basically. But okay, go on.
Basically,
Basically,
but it was
just
worth it. Yeah.
okay.
So I was one of the only people that would upload scrim matches. So I would upload scrim matches, and one of the scrim matches I actually uploaded was in a tournament where I dropped like 50 kills, which was a lot for someone that plays Call of Duty.
Yeah.
So I uploaded that. Then I got picked up by an organization called Concept Gaming.
They
And
still around, yeah.
Concept Gaming, I never played with them. We were going towards a tournament. I never played with them. I thought I was better than the Concept Gaming players. And the Concept Nemesis guys, which was our second team, with Lala, Yogi, and I can't remember who was our fourth. Calvin.
Yeah, Calvin.
He was our fourth. And we played, and our chemistry hit so good. These guys were good. You know, there was room for improvement. We were all good. And first tournament was EGE. EGE was 2016, I believe.
Yeah.
2016, went to EGE, Electronic Gaming Expo, for those of you that don't know, in Cape Town. It's like a gaming land type of vibe. So I went there. We placed 8th, bit disappointed. It's fine though, we still stuck together, we grinded. Oh, it was with AJ.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So that happened. That was the first time I ever traveled. I traveled by myself. I took a bus from Botswana to the airport, and then I flew to Cape Town, and I stayed with mates that were 4 years older than me. So anyways, that was chilled. That was the first time I traveled. My parents were super not into it, but they eventually got to the idea. So anyways, that opened me up. Call of Duty competitive, started playing competitive many years to come. And then that's when Fortnite came out at the off season in Call of Duty. So World War II finished, it was the off season, and Fortnite came out as free. So Brad Cherry, one of my teammates, was like, let's get it, it's free, let's play it. So I was on PlayStation 4, I streamed a lot on PlayStation 4, and it was so much fun. There was no bickering in the game, there was no arguments, there was no competitiveness. It was just a fun, free-to-play game. So I was like, okay, cool, that's what I want to do. I was streaming it a lot, played one more tournament in competitive Call of Duty, came third, and then that's when I decided I'm going to stop and play Fortnite. So Fortnite came, I would play a lot of those ACGL tournaments, those 1v1s, 2v2 kill races. For those that remember those, there were like 400 people that used to play at the time across every single platform. Yeah. And Fortnite, I was like, okay, cool. Well, if this game goes anywhere close to competitive, I want to play it. So I played it, and that's how I met Zozu. So Zozu, I met him in those tournaments. We became friends. What is going on here?
Zach is trying to blow kisses here to people, but go on.
They're saying I'm asleep. I'm not asleep. I was just on my phone.
Okay. So, this was around university time when I was playing Fortnite. Yeah. So I was second year university, tournaments were popping up, and my internet just decided it wants to give in. Yeah. So I wasn't able to stream as much as I wanted to. Wasn't able to play as much as I wanted to. So every time there was an ACE tournament, which is once every 2 weeks, I would basically take a bus to Joburg, stay at Zozu's house, and I would play the tournament. That would be the only practice I would pretty much get for those tournaments. So doing well, we were looking for sponsors, hardly found anything, but then got picked up by High Five. My biggest break was when I went to Cape Town for the first ever custom game LAN hosted by ACGL. Afro Esports came first for that in the solos, and we came fourth in the duos. I was playing in PC in the duos, and I was playing in PS4. So I was like, okay, cool. This is pretty good. Won a bit of money. It still wasn't enough. Paid back my parents and my friends that helped me sponsor me for this event. Went back to Botswana. Did the exact same thing. So then around October, it got bad. I got broke. Obviously, my parents were funding me for most of the things I was doing, and I decided I'm going to get a job. So I started full-time studying. I got a job that basically funded all my travels. I was getting paid minimum wage. I was getting paid maybe like 3,000 a month, and that basically paid for all my travel expenses. Every single weekend, I was going to Joburg to stay at Zozu's house, and that's basically how we practice. All my streams at the time, I could only stream past 11 p.m. So I would stream 11 p.m. until like 6 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m.
Crazy
hours. Yeah, I did that for an entire month. I streamed 11 till like 4 or 5 a.m. Then I'd go to sleep, go to university at like 8 a.m. till like 2 p.m. Then I'd work from 2 p.m. till 5 or 6 p.m. And then I'd go home and sleep and wake up at 11 and do the same. So I did that for an entire month. And that's when I realized that this is going to work out. I didn't want to keep streaming. I didn't want to play competitive. I was about to just give up and focus on school. And that's when I caught a break in December. I said, listen, I'm going to invest everything. I'm going to go to South Africa. I'm going to stay in Cape Town. I'm going to do a streaming December thing and see if I can't get recognized, get sponsored, get help.
Yeah.
That's when I went to Cape Town for a whole month, streamed literally every single day, produced as much content as I possibly could, made as many connections with streamers there as I could. That's when I went to ATK's grand opening, made friends with a lot of ATK members. And then in February, when Zozo and I left High Five, we were looking for opportunities. ATK approached me. Long story short, here I am today.
So basically, just a lot of traveling. Traveling, difficult times, going from Botswana to South Africa, relying on people, and it sounds hectic, but I bet you if you do everything over again to sit where you are now, in an organization that has literally helped you where you are now with funds and everything. So it's really good to see you struggle through all that. But now for Riots, do you have the similar road that maybe Hutch took?
Yeah, well, obviously Fortnite was like my first ever competitive game, so I didn't really do much before that. So basically, where do I start? So Fortnite came out, um, and my friend wanted me to play PUBG with him, but I couldn't afford it. So he found Fortnite, started playing that with him, and then he stopped playing that. I kept on playing it, was having lots of fun. And then I was like, okay, well, let's see where competitive takes me. And I started competing in ACGL Curace tournaments.
Yeah.
And just like lurking in people's streams. Swanee, Zozu, all of them. Those are the people that I got to like. I was very active in their streams and stuff, and then from there I started winning tournaments on ACGL, placing well in cure races and stuff. I know they don't really matter that much now, but back then it was kind of like
was the only thing you could go off of.
Yeah, basically. If not streaming, but I couldn't obviously do streaming because I live in like a small countryside town. No fiber, nothing. Still no fiber from now. So I'm basically playing off LTE, and I've been, it's been like really tough, the internet situation. And then I saw the ACGL first custom tournament. I saw that was getting advertised, and I was like, okay, well, let's see how I do. And I went obviously 2-hour drive to Cape Town. I played it with one of my friends that I played with like back in the day from school. Played with him. We went there, played the duos, played the solos. I was playing on some like really crappy gear and stuff, some weird monitor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. I placed I think 4th in solos, and then we got 3rd in duos, and from there I made a Twitter account, started making myself known. Obviously I couldn't stream, and obviously streaming helps a lot.
Yeah.
So that was probably the toughest thing, was trying to get my name out there without being able to produce content.
Yeah.
And then so yeah, I just basically after that carried on competing in Curace tournaments, and then customs came to South Africa and came to like different various streamers, got the Discords going, and then I started playing really, really well in those customs, and I'd win quite a few of them. Then custom tournaments came along. Still Ace Gaming, Kill Races were also around. Yeah, I can't forget about the OGs, the Phoenix Gaming crowd. I don't know if you guys, I'm sure some of you guys remember them. Phoenix Gaming and
yeah.
Link and Legacy in them.
Yeah.
They definitely helped in my journey. That's where I met them at Afro Esports, and after that I kind of approached them because I was looking for like a little team to join, and these guys were all top of the leaderboards when stats mattered, obviously.
Yeah.
and then I joined them, and then we went from Phoenix Gaming to crypto, which it didn't really help us that much. We thought like lots of false promises were made and stuff, unfortunately. And then we all left crypto because it wasn't doing anything for us. And then from there, yeah, we just kept on competing in ACGL tournaments and customs and Ace Gaming 2v2 kill races and stuff. Then custom tournaments came along. Started competing in those, and then yeah,
And then and then ATK came along.
Yeah, then yeah, about that. So basically, ATK started hosting tournaments. And the first tournament that ATK hosted, obviously, I live quite far away from Cape Town. And I really wanted to go play it. I really wanted to go play it. It was one of those kill race tournaments. We try to get as many points in a pub game as possible. And then I was in Hutchie's stream in the evening, and I was saying, yeah, I don't think I'll be able to make it, and this and that. And then Hutchie DM'd me, and she said,
"Don't expose."
Okay, well, yeah. Anyway,
don't expose.
No, it's fine. It's fine. You can expose. It's fine.
He DM'd me saying that he'd help with transport and costs and all of that, which is obviously really kind of him.
Yeah.
And then I told my dad that I'd really like to go through for this, and Hutchie will help me. And then basically, my dad took me through, and he said, if you win, you don't have to, if you win, you pay me 500 rand petrol money. If you don't, then it's fine. So then I got there in the morning and set everything up, and I ended up winning the solo tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah,
and the rest is history.
Yeah, I think that's where ATK kind of noticed me, and then I was coming through for all of their tournaments, placing really well.
Yeah.
And long story short, they picked me up, and now I'm here. So, yeah.
Also hard times. I know a lot of other guys have it easy, or I cannot already tell you, a lot of guys would have just given up and say, okay, it's fine. I try to chase my dream and whatever I want to do, but now I'm just gonna call it quits. But we're now going to move on, and a lot of guys obviously see now that this is a team edition Fortcast, the first one of it. And we have Tristan Trogonz here with ATK. He was last week announced that he has joined ATK and from Energy Esports with me. And I just want to just put it out there. A lot of guys obviously thinking, dude, he went from EN to ATK, there must be beef. Something was going on. And I just want to put it out there, the organization that went through, or the process that went through from getting Trogonz from EN to ATK. And there's sometimes you have to do the right thing, and sometimes you can be a dick and say, well, stuff this. They're not going to get this player or whatever, but sometimes you just have to do the right thing. And I do think the right thing was to say, okay, Trogonz, go to ATK. It is two of his Riots and Hutchie is two of the players that he plays permanently Fortnite with. They gel well together. Why would you keep someone that has a better future with two players in an organization than keeping someone in an organization and then him being salty, you keeping him back for some other reason that you could have gone somewhere with these two players? So basically the progress was Hutchie, Riots, and Trogonz, or Hutchie firstly messaged me saying, yo, can we get into a call? So obviously saying, okay, I didn't know what it was about. Maybe you wanted to give me some advice on how to get better at Fortnite, how to get better at Fortnite. Or it was a braai,
I would be the wrong person to ask.
All right, so Hutchie messages me, yo, can we jump onto a call? So all three of them join up in a call. And he's saying, listen here, we spoke about it to Trogonz. We would like to get him into ATK. What is the clause in the contract? Because most contracts have a buyout clause. If you have a player in your team, you have to buy them out. And that can go into detail how much and whatever. But basically what it comes down to is sometimes you have to make that decision saying, listen here, this is better for the player than you looking at your own organization and saying, okay, well, I'm just going to keep him because da 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 da. He won two tournaments back to back on the weekends
Yeah.
for Ian. So obviously has a good track record, and we could have just said, okay, stuff it, we're going to keep him. But I think it's the right decision, him going to ATK. So Hutchie and them phoned me and say, listen here, we want Trogonz. What does it take to get him? And obviously, I can't make that decision, so I need to go speak to the guys above me, and that's obviously the owner of Energy Esports, that is Kaz. And he said, listen here, Delray, what do you think is the right thing to do? And basically, we just came down to it. Okay, Trogonz would be the best fit to then go to ATK and join Hutchie and Riots as a trio. And I just want to put it out there to the guys that there is no beef. It happened the perfect professional way to do it. It's the way it's been done. Archie even messaged me afterwards saying, "Listen here, I hope we kept it professional enough, or everything was fine. It was handled correctly, and this is exactly how you should do it if you approaching a other player in another organization to speak to the manager. The manager then will obviously go speak to the guys above him, and obviously it worked out perfectly. And also, you don't want to burn bridges with other organizations. Imagine me now saying, no, stuff it, I'm keeping Tristan. And we tell, okay, Hutchie, your organization needs to pay 10K to get Tristan out of Ian. Obviously, that's ridiculous. He's been in Ian for 3 months. Why would you now want to burn bridges just because of that? So, obviously, for the people that want to know why and how and what, there you have it. I don't know if you guys want to say anything extra on that topic, Hutchie?
No, no, not really.
Well, I put it out nicely.
No, I'm just saying, I'm just happy that this is being spoken about. I know a lot of players, when they think they're in an organization and want to go join a bigger organization, they just like up and leave and be like, I got an offer, I'm out.
Yeah,
I've seen it happen.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen it happen
Yeah, cheers.
with
Like,
so many teams, even
Yeah.
Call of Duty especially, where players are just like, I got an offer from EN, I'm
Yeah,
out, bye.
yeah.
And then they just leave abruptly. It also took a lot, speaking to Trogonz for a while, then the respect that was issued towards you and the respect that you showed back. It was just great and easy, I feel like everyone should adapt to that.
I agree 100%. Then moving past that, just know that my players are definitely out to gun Trogon. So if my Energy Esports players are listening, W key Tristan every time you see him. Okay.
You gotta watch out though, because he has two amazing teammates back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you gotta watch out,
coming
buddy.
back, dude.
No, but you see, I've got Bean and Zozu with Rise. I don't need to worry.
Just kill
I'm
Rise,
gonna
man.
leave it there. No, just kill Rise. Just kill Rise.
I'm doubling kicking Rise.
Nothing, no toxicity.
Right. Moving past that, Zach, we're gonna come to you now. Obviously, Hutchie, Trogonz, and Riots is a trio. And obviously, we saw you play trio with Kareem and Pony, and I don't think that worked out. But tell me, are you in the search for players? How's your search going for the perfect trio for you?
Okay, so basically, with Kareem and Cade, the reason why we like split up isn't because like I didn't gel well with them. It's basically just because under ATK we're looking for like a team that's all like an in-house team basically.
Yes.
Yeah, everyone's in ATK. So right now, obviously, I'm searching for 2 more players to complete a trio with me. And so far, the search is going. It's going well. I only started trialing people, so to speak, like today actually, and like yeah, it's going really really well. And I have like quite a few players, like I don't know, like 5 or 6 players in mind that I want to switch combinations with them. Like I want to see which combination works the best. So right now I'm undergoing that phase, and also there's a bunch of other like players, but also are not really known, that also want to trial, and I'm keen to like try with them, but like obviously I can't like commit most of my time to them, because if I have to do that with like every single player that asks me, that's gonna literally I'm gonna have no time for anything else.
I agree.
So sadly, it's like, yeah, I know you might be a really good player that's not really well known, but I also like I have to just look at what I have to do, what I can do with the time I have.
Yeah,
basically.
and there's also
But yeah.
this is also not the opportunity for everyone to go into your DM saying, "Yo, trial me, trial me,
Yeah.
trial me." If Zach
Yeah.
wants to trial you, obviously he'll get into your DM. So don't even start acting. Don't start acting, people, please, because this is just gonna be. It's not gonna end.
Yeah.
So what you're basically looking for when you're looking for players to join on, obviously looking for guys with a good comms.
Yeah.
But what's the perfect trio combination that you think you're looking for?
To be honest, I feel like right now me as a player, like I'm really good at like basically beating players because I have L2, and I'm also quite. Yo, Hutch, I'm sorry, bro. I had to hit that. Okay.
We've spoken about this, man. I'm turning up Amos's for a week, bro.
Anyway, but yeah, yeah. So basically, I'm really good at beating. I just need a player that can basically tunnel really well, and someone that can also make really good calls in game. Because like, I don't know, just chemistry. We need like a lot of chemistry. We need someone that can like just make IGL calls basically. Because I could do that, but obviously I am quite experienced in like Fortnite and everything, but like obviously I don't have enough time to learn all the new, like every new thing and all the changes that are made and all that stuff. Because obviously I have to study in university and that stuff. So if there's someone that can like make really good calls like that, that's something that I'm also looking for.
So you're looking for a good IGL, basically.
Basically,
yeah, good comms, gets and can obviously 90 very well, and do all that stuff. I'm gonna leave it there. Then obviously you're still looking for your trio. But if the opportunity represents itself to say, let's say there is 2 FAs that, or let's say there's one guy in an organization that is currently in an organization. Are they also people that you might look at to trio with you? So maybe like a situation like Tristan was in.
Sounds very specific.
No. I just said if there was.
Like, to be honest, if I feel like he plays like really really well in my trio, and I feel like he carries his weight and we gel well together, him and another player. Obviously, I'm gonna try and get him onto the team.
Yeah.
And sadly, that like could attack organizations, but it's just
as long as it's dealt professionally.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, exactly.
We spoke about.
Yeah, just what we spoke about. All right. Then the following topic is then obviously we have in inverted commas the big orgs like BVD, EN, WRG. And now you have ATK stepping in, as I would call them, also one of those big orgs stepping in. But they also see themselves as a tournament organizer. And I know a lot of people saying, "Yo, you can't have teams and be a tournament organizer. How the hell do you do both?" But I just want to know, where would you say the line is between having an org meaning having teams on it, and being a tournament organizer? And maybe not with Fortnite so much, because Fortnite is RNG. Everyone loads into one map and there's no bracket play, as we put it. But let's say you have someone like you pick up a Call of Duty team, and obviously they always have bracket play. A lot of people is then going to come out and say, "Yo, you're rigging this bracket, blah 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 blah." Here we go again from the beginning. People trying to be a tournament organizer, and you have teams, and it's just going to cause a lot of upset, I would say. But how do you guys think with ATK? Do you guys see yourself as obviously as an organization, but a tournament organizer and teams? How's that going to gel?
Okay, so speaking a lot with management, I asked them this question because I don't know how to answer it pretty much. So it's easy with regards to being a TO and an MGO. It's all separate divisions of ATK. ATK is not just the gaming arena that people see in Claremont. ATK is so much more than that. The MGO side of it with teams is run by different people. The arena is run by different people. The TO side is being outsourced for staff that aren't ATK staff. Okay. So when it comes to us being allowed to play in ATK tournaments, it's fine. Nothing can be rigged because it's not basically going to be ATK staff for the big tournaments. For these scrims at the moment, it has been ATK staff, But obviously with Fortnite, I stream every single tournament. If something's rigged, people will know. It's not like anything's being rigged. But for the big tournaments that do pop up, it won't be ATK. It will be ATK's tournament, but it won't be ATK staff basically holding up scores or looking into that. So there's an easy side for that.
So
with regards to,
yeah, so basically just two divisions. One is totally organized that has nothing to do with ATK as players. Is that basically what you're saying?
Yeah, basically.
Okay, well, that's then a lot of people. You have your answer now. If people keep asking that question, is how do they keep it neutral and not rigged? Is the word then obviously everyone's going to be using. But that's a very good explanation. Then to my other question is, we'll go down the line. Hutchie, Zach, Riots, and Tristan. Is how do you guys manage your day? A typical day of Hutchie. How would you time your streams? Because you have to fit in work, your streams, your competitive games. Maybe your streams and competitive games fit together, but sometimes you don't want to stream and you want to focus on your competitive side of games. How do you manage all your time? Because you only have 24 hours, and it obviously makes it very difficult.
Yeah. So when I first got to Cape Town, it was a lot hard to manage because I didn't have a setup here. So my time also had to be run by me streaming at ATK. So I would basically work a 5-hour shift. And then with the time left over, I would just go into the streaming room and I would hop on streams. And then when I get home after closing time at ATK, which closed at 10, I would come home and do the other stuff, the nitty-gritty stuff. I would edit videos and I would also do schoolwork because I'm also a student. So I still have a lot of stuff to do. But now with the home setup, it makes it a bit easier on me. I wake up at around 10 every single morning. I do my laundry, I make breakfast, and I make dinner in the mornings. So when I get back, I go to work, get back at 5. I turn on stream. Now having a trio that doesn't mind me streaming, I just turn on stream and I can stream till late at night and then repeat the exact same thing. I haven't had much time for editing because trios is still something that's new and I want my trio to be the best. So I've sacrificed my content creation side. I've sacrificed a lot of schoolwork too. And I've also sacrificed a lot of work time to this trio because I know it can work, it can be good. So that's basically what I do. Get up at 10, make breakfast, make dinner. I meal prep basically for 3 days. Then I go to work, come back, stream, practice, talk to my teammates while I'm at work. There is a lot of free time in between where we can talk strats over the phone, and then we try things when I get back from work, and that's basically how it gets all managed. Yeah.
Awesome, Zach, and you?
Basically, I just skip all my lectures.
Well, you do all your writing on your door, your lectures.
Yeah. Before a test.
Okay.
You know why this is here? Because before a test, every time I write every single formula on this door. So that's why it looks like that.
Okay.
No,
all right.
I'm kidding. But yeah, basically, I go to camp. I don't go to campus every single day. I'm not gonna lie. I do skip a lot of lectures. But no, you shouldn't. No one else should do that. Only I'm allowed to do that. Anyway, so I don't go to a lot of lectures, and like I try and fit in. I don't know, playing Fortnite in between those times. But like obviously, when it comes to certain weeks that I have like a lot of tests, I'd have to stop like grinding Fortnite just for that week. Maybe catch up on all the lectures that I missed somehow. I don't know how I do it, but like it just happens. I just catch up on all the lectures that I missed and catch up on all the work and study my ass off for like a few days. And then, it sort of works out most of the time. And that's basically how I manage.
So if you wake up in the morning, you also have like a routine you go through for your day?
Ooh, depends if I go to campus or not. So basically, if it's 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning, well, if I go to campus, I would be up at 8 o'clock because my first lecture would be at 8 o'clock. I don't know if I would go to that on the day. I'd either go to that lecture or I'd go study by myself. And I'd wake up at 8 o'clock, then I'd go lectures, go to work, do whatever until 2 o'clock. Then I'd have a tutorial, which is basically like a practical work that we have to go through from 2 to 4 usually. Sometimes it goes to 5, sometimes it goes to 6. And then after that, I get home and either I'm really tired or I just feel like playing Fortnite. So I just get home and I just play Fortnite. And somehow I work all my like extra homework and stuff I work it in that time somewhere, like when I'm taking a break from Fortnite, if I'm not playing for a bit, and
All right.
sort of like try and fit it in there.
And I know you also streamed some days. You're not you don't
so I
stream
can't-
as much
like, I
as
can't-
obviously as Hutch. But
I s-
is there a reason you stopped or just didn't do it as much?
I have no idea. I'm lazy. Basically switch on the stream. Like I always forget about like actually streaming because I know I have like everything here and I just need to click start stream. But then sometimes it just slips my mind because obviously I haven't been streaming for a while and I'm not like a proper streamer or anything. So just like
you don't want to
it's
show
possible.
everyone your L2. Okay, we get it. All right,
Yeah,
all right, Riots. And your day? How do you manage your time?
Well, basically, being in school, it's kind of hard. Well, not hard. It's just annoying to be in school still. So normal weekdays, I'd wake up, go to school. Whatever homework I get, I try finish in school. Whatever extra time I have, I do work. Luckily, I have subjects that don't really like require much time, I guess. And then I basically do all my work in school whenever I can. If I have homework, then it's the first thing I do when I get home. And then from then on, I go to gym every day, and then I get back and I play whatever tournaments they are. I practice with Hutchie and Trogonz. I practice solos. I do whatever I need to do. Weekends, go to bed late, wake up late.
Yeah.
Play games all the time. With tests and exams, like I said, subjects that don't really require much time, or I just don't really care that much, I guess.
Yeah.
That's more like it.
Not the right thing to say, in front of a teacher. I'm not gonna do it, dude. Like.
So that's basically it.
All right, Tristan and you.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. Hey, I'm kind of big chilling. Like, I do homeschooling. Obviously, I did switch to homeschooling because of Fortnite.
Yeah.
I don't
Exactly.
recommend anyone like switching to homeschooling because of Fortnite. But I did switch to homeschooling, and because of that, I have my day is basically just open. I don't have like a schedule or anything. I just fit in the schoolwork whenever I have like time for it. So if there's scrims like in the afternoon, I can do my schoolwork at night. If I can do it early in the morning. It's really nice because I don't really have the like proper fit like schedule.
So would you recommend it if someone say wants to go try Fortnite to be their thing and drop out of school and do homeschooling? Would you?
No.
No.
Hell no. I would no. I did not drop out of like normal public school because of Fortnite. I had other reasons for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I would definitely not recommend it, especially to just like stick to your public school. You do get enough time, in my opinion, in public school. I definitely did when I was still in public school. I definitely did like get enough time. I mean, like I definitely skipped out on like homework and stuff. Like in admin period, like before all the classes start, like I would copy like half of my homework in that period.
It's a
Like we
perfect
would
time
all
to do it.
like we would all get in the class, and there were like these two like girls that always did homework and stuff. And like my friends just borrow their books, and we would just sit there, just copy everything, like in the admin period. Like the entire day is just homework. And I get home, and it's like it was hockey practice, and that was basically it.
Okay, so at least we know how you like this weekend.
I did the exact same thing in high school.
I think majority of us did. I'm taking this weekend like the Call of Duty beta is now out on PlayStation, and obviously being a huge Call of Duty fan. Yesterday I played until 4 a.m. and I got into a Discord call with, I don't know how Nate and Dropsy stay awake. They the youngest like people in the community, and they awake at 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, and they're always on. So obviously, if I need someone to talk to, you know who to talk to. So yeah, I'm playing Call of Duty until 4 a.m. Fall asleep at 5, and I wake up at 3 p.m. the following it's almost 12 hours of sleep. So it's just a crazy amount of how much people do grind a certain game. Obviously, this is now a Fortnite podcast, so I think we need to speak about the game a bit. And the question is, why the fuck do they take out the combat? Okay, why, why take out the combat? It's the only gun I could use. Now I can't use full call because there's nothing for me. But now the combat is gone. Now you're gonna have to use a pump with an SMG. I don't know. Majority of the people will run the pump with a SMG combo. What do you guys think with that combat going out? How does that change things for you individually? Anyone can kick that off for me.
No, it wasn't that big of a difference for me. I actually preferred the pump over the combat even when the combat was still there, because I like box fighting, and in my opinion the pumps is way better for box fighting. So I just always like my loadout in scrims would always be pump AR. So now that combat's out, I can just I just keep running the same loadout, pump AR, and then I have a lot of open slots for other stuff. I don't even run SMG. I give the SMG to Riots and Hutch. They normally rockets, and then I just do the pump AR.
I just thought the combat was just way too good. Like it was just really good at everything, and I agree they should have also taken it out because, even when the combat and pump were both like in the game, I would honestly love playing with the pump. It would be much more fun to play with, in my opinion. And like Trogonz says, it's really good for box fights, and I also like box fighting. So basically like the combat was just too good at everything, and just take that instead of the gun that was just that good. So now that they took it out, I was very happy with that, to be honest. Them taking it out.
I know. Actually, you tweeted something about the combat's gone. Yes, we have the pump back to normal days. But on that topic is, I think with Fortnite, the most you guys can't have a set strategy because everything changes week by week by week. You never know if the pump's gonna go out and the combat's gonna come back. So how difficult is that? Then obviously, firstly the question is pump or combat, and then how difficult is it just to change your tactic every week?
To be honest, with the pump combat switch, I really prefer the pump just because the combat it's easy. You miss a shot, it's okay. Just wait half a second, you shoot another one, and you have 10 in the clip that you can rapidly spam. A guy could be, 4 boxes away from you and hit you for 50, 70 damage. It's actually absurd. People just jump in your box and then they just combat spam. Whereas with the pump, normally you have to play your fights differently. You got to play slow, look for a window of opportunity, take a pump, and then reset and try and get another shot in. You can't just jump into someone's box. It's completely different. I hate, especially end game, when someone's on high ground with the combat. The fact that you could reload and put 2 shells in with 1 reload was also so dumb. I don't know what Fortnite was thinking. I'm so happy it got removed. With regards to adapting, there are a lot of games with metas that you have to adapt. I know Overwatch is also the same thing where metas shift. I feel like it's really nice too, because sometimes you can get a meta that you really love and excel in, and sometimes you get metas that are bad. So you have to be quick to adapt. There's some metas that I've had, the Deagle that used to one-shot walls. That was my favorite meta. I was so good at the game. I think I was so good with that gun. And then the meta shifted and I had to adapt, and now I wasn't so good. I needed to adapt. So with adapting, it also comes down to how quick you can adapt. It definitely took a while to get used to, because of Call of Duty, an update happens every 6 months. There's hardly any meta shifts. So you just need to hop on quickly, grind creative, grind pubs, grind whatever, and then
sorry, we just have this guy on my right. You don't live far away. You just one to the head.
He's eating pizza.
I didn't understand this guy, dude. Firstly, he skips university. He writes on his door. He I don't understand this guy. After this, who wants to team with you, Zach? Come on. No, I'm joking. How'd you get back to your story there?
Yeah, no, I'm good. I was pretty much done there. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's a lot of right. I know the heavy.
Speak about it because I'll just get attacked.
Dude, the heavy sniper. Let's maybe just.
Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about that, because I know you're quite vocal about that fucking thing. The sniper, the heavy sniper. Yeah, is it because of the wall taking, or why do you think?
I can use yesterday as example. We were running to zone, and boom, Hutchie, 375 hit damage to his head, changes the game completely. Like in a prediction shot, and boom, your game's over basically, unless you clutch up.
Yeah.
That's what I hate about it the most. It just changes the swing of the swing of things like way too quickly. But obviously, it's one of those items where if it happens to you, it's shit, and if you do it to someone, it's hilarious. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I think personally it needs to go, and it needs to go with stinks as well. Stinks are dumb, but yeah.
What do you guys think
I-
about the zap trap? The new zap thing about.
Cool thing. I think it's great. Honestly.
Well, I hated it
never-
until
I
I saw
never-
Riots get a kill
Yeah,
with it today.
Well, if it works for me, it's
Shut up all
fine.
of it.
Yeah. So okay, so the zap's fine.
Thing with it today, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The other thing is then I don't know what the fuck Fortnite's thinking of
Tell
it
us.
introducing a. Look, can you hear me?
Sorry, lagged out.
You told me.
Lagged out.
This is the second time he lags out.
Did I lag out?
I've been
Nah,
lagging out.
lying, dude. Can you hear me now? Am I
Yo,
fine?
why does that fast forward, bro?
I don't know.
The man just fast forwarded, bro.
All right, but the question is then I don't know what Fortnite's thinking, but now they have like a prop hunt in the actual game. Like
Yeah.
I don't know what are they thinking. Let's fuck it up for everyone quickly so we can get our name even further out, and then we'll fix it and we'll be fine again. I swear it's like having a relationship with someone. Sometimes they.
It's an abusive relationship.
I don't know. It's I just don't know. But what do you guys think now? Obviously, having an end game there ends. Oh, like imagine, like have you
We've had
guys? How's that worked out?
I can't crouch anymore.
Yo, personally, I have like a habit of crouching a lot.
Mhm.
It's not a bad habit because crouching reduces bloom. So when I
Yeah,
go in that zone, it's just like
you're not allowed to reduce bloom.
Yeah.
Like we were playing an endgame and we had high ground, and instantly the zone went there, and I just hear Riots like, "Hutch, don't crouch." Immediately,
Yeah,
I
that's
turn
crouch.
into a car, I turn into a lamp, I turn into a bus. I'm like, what the hell is going
Yeah.
on?
If a question, if you are on height and you still crouch on height, even being in that zone, and you turn into a car, do you turn into a car, whatever up there, or is it only when you're on the
Yes.
ground?
Yeah.
So what?
No,
You
even
fall?
up there.
Do you fall through? Do you fall through your buildings?
No,
No, you just stay
No,
up
Oh, you
on
just
height.
stay up there. Yeah, imagine your car being what 50 feet up. Like no, like
that's
what?
not
What's they thinking? Because obviously they use this map for comp. So I don't know what's going through their mind, but I can see now we've got Caramel Gamer in the chat. So welcome, Mr.
Yeah.
Caramel. Good to see you. Hutchie
Hey,
coming
buddy.
through with the free
What's up?
advertisement for Cougar Gaming.
hi, buddy.
Oh.
you gotta be
Dropping it in, but good to see you, Mr. Caramel. All right, then next question is there was a hint of duos maybe coming back into the swing of things. I know a lot of people has been talking about duos maybe being a thing, but my question is to you: do you prefer sticking to trios? I know duos was very fun. A lot of people said, "Yo, can we get duos back?" I know Kareem was one of them saying, "Yo, duos would be lit." What's your guys' opinion on them reverting back maybe to duos?
No, I personally prefer trios a lot over duos. I feel like it adds just like a few with especially like with EU and the high ground retakes and stuff. Like impulsing up as a solo would, if you're in duos and you're on like mid ground, you could impulse up and take high ground as a solo. Where in trios, if you do that, you're immediately dead basically. Like solo impulse plays don't work that much against like a full trio on height. I just feel like there's a lot more like strats that you could do as a trio compared to like a duo. There's a lot more like strategy and you have to think a bit more. It's not just like everything's as obvious as in duos. You have to do stuff differently.
Obviously, in trios, you need to rely on one more person, so it makes it a bit difficult. If one guy can't be there or the phone's off, I know with Call of Duty, if one guy can't make it, he fucks it up for two other people. So, obviously, I think you and Riots were the duo, right? You guys were a duo. And how did you guys then search for your trios? You went through a couple of people as well before getting to Trogonz, right?
See, my problem was when Trio Shift came in at the start of the season. That was the time where I was not playing much. I probably played maybe two days in the week. I was really into CS:GO and different games in my stream, and I just hated playing Fortnite. So then that put Riots in a situation where he was playing a lot of trios with other people. So he was going to join a different trio. And I was perfectly okay with that. I was like, okay, cool. That's a really good trio team that you want to pick up. Go for it. So we never played with someone until I came back into the grind. And I was like, look, trio tournaments are starting. I'm going to be dedicated. I want a trio now. I want to find a trio. And that was the time when Riots' trio had lost one member and Trogonz was just there looking for a team of 3. So we were like, okay, well, let's just play a little bit with Trogonz. So we never went through anyone else. It literally just went straight to Trogonz. We saw it worked out and we were like, okay, well, this looks like a really good idea. We're really good players individually. Let's put it together. It's fine. Having the chemistry there was easy with Riots. We just needed to get Trogonz into the mix of it and learn a few things from each other. I prefer trios personally just because if you die in duos, then you're alone against 2 others. And you can get focus easier. Versus in trios, if one guy dies, the other 2 can easily clutch it up. It's happened so many times. You don't need to worry about it.
I know, watching your stream, because I watched the last 2 games you guys played in tonight's practice tournament. And it's way more fun hearing the comms of 2 other people, including yourself then. And going through everything. I know that one situation where I don't know how you got killed, Hutch, by someone, and then Trogonz tried to stick the reboot, or not the reboot, the revive, and he said, fuck it, I'm just gonna stick it, and then and then he just threw it away. I know Riots at least clutched up and got second there, but viewing it's really fun to watch with trios. I know it's not fun for Zach. He's falling asleep again. No. he's just checking his DMs. Who wants to be my trio? Let's see.
I was literally like, you guys are about trios. I'm just
they should just make it squads.
Squads, imagine squads. No, I think squad would be an overkill. I think that's a bit too crazy. Okay.
Imagine Zach and our comms.
Yes.
It would be an overkill.
It would. Where's the pizza? He's just gonna wait. Where's the pizza? Where's it? All right.
In that guy's box.
We're gonna move along, and our next question is: then last weekend we had tournament after tournament after tournament, and one of the discussions we had in the previous podcast where we had Caramel and Don and it was Clouds on. We spoke about communication, the tournament organizers communicating with one another, and I think last weekend was a very good representation of them actually communicating, because Friday we had the Elite Pro Series, Saturday we had MG and ATK on Sunday. Run me through it. How did everything go? Any mistakes, anything that went wrong? I know Sunday with the ATK there was a bit of a time delay between one of the matches. I don't know. I can remember watching you guys eating McDonald's because it took so long. And Riots with his cheeky fixing his glasses with his fingers that I clipped. But just run me through the weekend. If you guys took part in, I know the Mega Gaming was a LAN. I know none of you guys were there. But how did Friday's EPS and Sunday's ATK go for you guys?
Okay, so what we basically planned for the weekend was Friday was when Trogonz drove from George. He picked up Riots on his way here. They arrived at ATK and I think it was around 4 p.m. Somewhere there. And it wasn't EPS, wasn't it? Was it EPS?
There was a Friday Fortnite, not?
No, there was a duos practice tournament.
And then the Cash Cup.
Yeah.
Oh,
so Mega wanted to do a duos practice that Riots and I played in. The tournament's coming this weekend. And after one game of playing normal duos, not arena duos, we were like, we're done. We were like instantly like,
And then I was just playing the
farming takes long, kills, you don't get shields. We had no shields. One of us got heavy sniped and it was game over. Now I
Yeah.
can't do anything with what I had. I had no
Oh,
shields.
wow.
I can't kill anyone for shields.
Yeah.
The zone also doesn't move. It just shrinks and shrinks and shrinks. So if you have a good position, you're going to win the game easy peasy. So we're like, okay, cool, we're done. So we didn't play in that. And then there was the trios in-game cup, which Trogonz played with his team. Riots and I just played some trios, trying to get to champs division, which I did end up champs. And then, so there was no tournament for South Africa on Friday. And then on Saturday, that's when the clash was supposed to happen between ATK's tournament and Mega's LAN tournament.
Yeah.
So the community was complaining about why two tournaments were announced for the exact same day. But reason being is because ATK hosted a tournament, I think it was like 3 months ago, and said every second weekend of a new month, they're hosting a tournament, which obviously got forgotten by Mega. So they decided we're going to host the tournament on this date. So when ATK announced the tournament on the exact same date, people were like, wow, ATK, how dare you? And we're like, bro, we were here first. So there is an event organizer's WhatsApp group, which people communicate with dates. So Mega Gaming were like, okay, cool, ATK, what's happening here? So ATK said, we're gonna stop qualifiers and we'll just do Sunday final. So they pulled out of that date. So Mega had the Saturday to themselves. Mega Gaming's tournament happened. There was no clash. And then Saturday night, we played the in-game cup. Trogonz played with his team. I found a team that I play with. And was there EPS? EPS was...
No.
Yes, there was EPS Saturday night, wasn't there? EPS finals?
Yeah.
Yeah, EPS finals happened that night. So we received a bit of issues with regards to the PCs. People's games kept crashing a lot of the time. And it just wasn't fun. It just wasn't fun tournament. We still did well. I think we came top 5. That's basically how Saturday was. We went back to my house. We crashed at my house. We went back to ATK early in the morning. I think we got there at 10 a.m. We practiced. We warmed up. The tournament for ATK started at 1 p.m. So 1 p.m., first game happened. Few people didn't know. One team didn't get in. I think Elite Pro Series got affected by it. The members, Gokubi and them, so they didn't get in. Admin said that they reported that they didn't get in a bit too late. They did come to me and say, let's restart. By that time, we already killed the squad and a lot of people were already dead in the lobby. So a reset wasn't issued. So there was a bit of complaining there. But anyways, that game, I believe that was the one that was that the one that got turned into a warm-up? No, wait, that was the online one. Okay, sorry. So many tournaments.
Yeah.
So that happened. Game 2 shift was nice. We were literally killing everyone. We literally left spawn every single game 1 and game 2 with like 8 eliminations. Game 3, same thing, 8 eliminations off start. We were on fire. We were playing out of our minds. We were sitting second place on the leaderboard, I think only behind by like 2 points.
Yeah.
And then sadly, game 3 in the middle, Riots' game. It just froze. It's an issue with Fortnite. It's been happening to the pros too. His PC just froze. He had to close his game. We were now a man down. Team saw that we were a man down and focused us. Unfortunately, we died. It was a really bad game.
Yeah.
We were still fine. We were still in 4th position going into game 4. And we were like, okay, we can bring this back. Game 4 came. Everyone we were killing in our area in the beginning of the game, literally no one went.
Yeah, I can remember watching that. You're like, what the? Like, where's everyone gone?
We were literally looking around. We ran our entire area and there was no one there. And we went into replays and we looked and no one was there. So we actually thought about it. The people that were playing at ATK's tournament that we were killing were people that were at ATK. We noticed that because the one game we killed them, which was game 3, we heard one of them scream, "It's ATK again!" And we killed them. So when they disappeared, we saw them kill somewhere else, and we noticed that they just stopped landing there because we killed them 3 games in a row, which is fine. It happens. People want to change stuff. And also, teams stopped playing. Some of the teams at ATK were doing so badly because we'd kill them off spawn that they just leave the game. So they basically gave up. So game 4 didn't go so well. I think we placed 4th with maybe like 2 kills. Good. Then game 5 was just something. So going into game 5, the reason why there was a lot of queue times were because I was hosting the custom game tournaments and my game just did not work. All of our games, us 3, it did not work. We couldn't join each other. We couldn't even launch the game. Everything would just say verifying with Epic Games, and we basically couldn't get in. So at this point, we tried everything we could. We restarted our computers. They weren't connecting to the network. We didn't even know what was going on. and the whole community was complaining at why it's taking so long.
Yeah.
So at that time, we said, okay, you know what, screw it. Zak is at ATK. Zak will host the custom games and the tournament will go on. We said amongst ourselves, like, boys, we had a good run. Let's just give up here so the tournament can continue. So we were ready to sit out the tournament until we looked around and we weren't the only ones at ATK had the issue. There were like 20 people that had paid, just like everyone else, to play the tournament and were having PC issues.
Yeah.
So either the tournament goes on, there were like 56 people in the queue at the time or something like that. Either the tournament goes on with like 56 people, then what are we going to do about the people that are there to make the community happy because people at home don't know what's going on? Or do we take a 30-minute time off to fix the technical issue? Yeah. Which that was the call that got made.
Yeah.
We couldn't start with all these people that can't get in the game in a tournament. So we said, okay, we're going to wait 30 minutes, fix everything, and we'll come back. And that's what happened. So the community was outraged. Oh my goodness, technical issues, all of this. Yeah. But that's basically what happened.
Was that communicated to them?
It was communicated in the Discord. Yes, it was communicated by the admin. But everyone was still complaining. A lot of tweets were posted by a lot of people. A lot of people thought it was our fault, saying, oh, ATK is basically taking 20 minutes because they're one team.
Yeah, because it's you guys that's not in. Yeah.
So anyways, we took a lot of flack for that tournament, but basically that's what happened. Sunday, we went out to dinner, we chilled.
Yeah, people were like complaining like I'm missing dinner, and I was just out here like, bro, I still have to drive home. Like, come on, guys. Like, I'm also being affected.
Another thing I just want to say is that everyone must realize that Hutchie, Trogonz, and Riots, they're not the tournament organizers. So it doesn't help you get into their DMs or their WhatsApp saying, oh, Zak, sorry, I forgot about you, you solo man. But don't get into their DMs with like, they are just players. They're playing the tournament. They're not going to fix, all that they're going to tell you is, listen, I don't know, go speak to the admin on Discord. Like, don't bother them. It's not their job. And I know they don't want it to say it too much in those words, but don't message them and ask for shit like that. It's not their job. Number one. Then yesterday, we need to speak about this so we make sure this doesn't happen again. Yesterday we had EPS Elite Pro Series, and something went terribly wrong. And that what I mean is people posting fake scores on over on Discord or whatever or wherever it was. I was not awake at that time. I was still sleeping. But Trogonz run me just through what happened, and I know everything is left on a good note, but we just need to speak about this and what happened.
So basically, as far as I know, there was like a miscommunication about how many teams did not get into the game, and they were under the influence that there were like a lot of teams that didn't get into games, so they called a requeue.
Yeah.
And I don't know really what happened, but one person said requeue, someone said like don't requeue. Like there was just like some sort of miscommunication between the admins that like the miscommunication just like ended up messing it up. And then like halfway into the game, like basically end game, the like message gets sent out like okay requeue. And then people left, and then not even in the announcement, someone said like one of the admins I think said like don't requeue. So it was just very hectic. Like people didn't know they should leave, should they not leave, and then like a few people left, and like some of the people stayed in the game. So there's people like that did well at the end of the game, people that left and didn't get any points. So after that game, everyone was outraged. The people that left wanted a requeue. The people that did well wanted that game to count. The people that hasn't been doing well at all in the 20 were just saying, "Oh, just restart everything."
The whole tournament.
Just restart the whole 20. So, at that point, it was like okay, and EPS made the best. Like I think they handled it as best as they can, and they decided that they would restart the whole tournament. So when the whole tournament got restarted, people were like was fake submitting scores. I don't know.
Is this after the tournament?
Didn't they just requeue it? Like
No. So basically, Trogonz, you gotta.
I think I have it wrong.
Yeah. So first game happened, and in first game, I think a lot of people disconnected from the game, including us. So they were like, okay, we're turning that into a warm up. Fine, that game got turned into a warm up. Then the proper official game happened, ran smoothly. Then now this is game 2, was when I don't know what happened, but I was streaming and we were around 30 people left alive in zone. And someone came into my chat and said, Hutch, there was a requeue. Why are you guys playing? And I was like, what? We've literally been playing this entire game. We have like 3 launch pads. We have shockwaves. We're in a really good to win this. And I didn't see anyone backing out. There was still a lot of people in the game. So I was thinking to myself, there was a requeue. People would have left a long time ago. So I literally hid in my box and I checked the Discord. And I was on the custom game keys where requeue would be announced and nothing was said. No one said anything in custom game. So I looked at general chat and I see Travis, who's owner of the Discord. He has the role of owner. Travis is saying there's no requeue, stop spamming requeue. And people were spamming requeue. So Travis said, I would think like 3 times, there's no requeue. Yeah. So I said to my chat, the owner of the Discord says no requeue. I'm going to play this out. Right? And I played out the game. Trogonz unfortunately got shot off the sky when he launch pad. So Riots and I played the game out and we won it around 6 kills. So we were now sitting there at the end of the game. Like, what's happening? Did our win not count?
Yeah.
Were we supposed to requeue? We didn't even know what was going on.
Yeah.
And then I think what happened was Deimos. So Deimos is a player that hosts custom games for EPS. Yeah. Apparently he disconnected. But in a situation like that, since I believe he was the only one that disconnected, he's supposed to give him and his team compensation points. Well, not him, but the PS is supposed to. But then instead, he said in general chat, requeue. But he already said this too late as well, and he wasn't supposed to because he was the only one affected. That's what I think. I heard rumors saying he actually did connect and died. And something like that, but so I believe
rumors around what actually happened.
So the fake scoring was just was passed after that.
It was after.
Yeah. So the fake scoring. Sorry. So what? Then after that, people were like, okay, well, some of us backed out once we saw a requeue. Some of us played it out because we didn't see there was a requeue. Yeah. So it was a bit of a toss-up. So they came up with a poll. They said, do we restart the entire tournament? Do we just omit Game 2's results and go on with how it is? What do we do? So I think the wrong call was made. Acquired, who also has the Discord, he said in announcements that they're just going to omit Game 2 results, the game we won. So everyone that played in Game 2 gets nothing. And we're just going to do it again. And continue with the tournament, but 4 games instead of 6 games because we're already behind time.
Okay.
So once that was done, they said, okay, submit your results for game 1 because they restarted what was happening. Submit results for game 1, and then we'll go back on to game 2 proper. Yeah. And then that's when the fake scoring came from. The fake scoring, I know the player Not King was fake scoring on purpose. He was putting like 1 million was his score, and it was messing up the entire system.
Everyone else was fake scoring already.
I heard Psycho fake scored by mistake. I don't know any other player.
There were some people like fake scoring. I don't know why. Maybe because they were outraged or what, but like so many people were doing
Trogonz, you gave actually a really good suggestion for what they should do, I think, yesterday. You said like people that left the game should like send a clip of them in from replay mode, them leaving the game.
Just like showing them leaving the game.
Yeah. Someone left. Yeah, who's not?
Riots disconnected.
Okay, Riots will come back now.
Anyway, what was I saying now? Oh yeah, people that left just send a video of them like actually leaving the game, and then they get compensation points, like average points for what they would get. And obviously, and then I feel like if that was like the thing that they did, everyone would be happy because the players that did well would get their points. The players that left will get average points.
Yeah.
And it'll be fine. I feel like that would have been.
It would require quite some effort from the admin side of it, but I feel like that's the solution that would have left the community happy, no outrage. Everyone would have applauded EPS for thank you. You guys handled this really well.
Yeah.
What a good solution, you know.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that's not what happened. So yeah.
Yeah. All right. So at least that won't. I hope it doesn't happen again. And obviously, people has now cleared things out, so it's fine. We'll move along. We're gonna get to the community questions now, and then after the community questions, we have a segment that we call "Who Tweeted That," and that is for ATK. Let's see if these guys know their teammates as well as they say they do. We'll ask them some tweets or ask them who said this tweet or who tweeted this, and they'll come up with their answers. And then after that, obviously, we're going to end off with the Storm Search questions. And believe me, it's going to be interesting to see what comes up there. It's some fun questions. But community question number 1 comes from Storm, none other than that, Mr. Storm, saying, "What's the meaning of griefing, and in what situation would you say it's griefing?" What if you get hauled out of Storm? But I would say, what would you consider griefing? Trogonz,
I feel like
this
it's-
must come to you because you
yeah.
are that guy that says fuck griefers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel
And
like
the guy that grieves.
Yeah.
I try to avoid it, but I feel like griefing is kind of just like my mind got changed at the start. I thought like if you're top 3 and someone else is above you, and you're one of the top 3 teams, landing on the teams that's above you, at first I thought that was kind of scummy. In the past few like weeks and stuff with Swinnies, I've realized it kind of is this valid strat. Like even like top tier pros like Booga and them did it. Like they see a team that's above them and like focus them. So I feel like that's like justified. You could do that. That's not a
That's
bad
just a
play. It's
smart
actually a
play.
good play. It's a smart play. Yeah. But I feel like griefing is like if you're one of those teams that you're literally at the bottom of the leaderboard. There's been 4 games you have 0 points, and then you start like landing on a team because you know like this
Their
team lands
influence
here,
plays, yeah.
that team lands there, and you purposely just try and like
Yeah.
grief the game because you know you're not gonna place. So why do I not just go and mess this guy's game up? Like just landing on like a team because you know they're there and you don't give a single fuck about anything. You just want to grief their game. Like you want to make sure they don't come alive.
Yeah.
And also like just like griefing kind of like in my opinion fights that end up like just like cocking both teams. Like both teams just end up even worse than they were before that fight. I feel like that's a grief as well.
Yeah.
Just like stuff without reasoning, like just like
Us
all of a
today.
sudden like minigun spamming people, throwing 6 stinks on the team, 6 nades, without getting a single tag on that team and without that team even being in bad positioning. Just like dumb stuff like that, I feel like is considered griefing in my opinion. But I feel like that's a very like open term, and I feel like it's very up to interpretation with different people.
Okay. Anyone want to add to that? I think he hit the nail on the
I think
head.
he went through, yeah, I did.
When Riots lands on you in bravado.
Yeah. Basically. Okay. Next question then comes from Yav Vlogs, saying, "What were your mindsets before you all joined an org? What did you do to achieve it? Also, congrats Trogonz to joining ATK." So basically, what it says is, what was your mindset in joining an org, and what did you have to do to achieve that?
Anyone want to start off?
You, Zach, because
Go,
you're pretty
Zach.
much.
As I attack.
Good going out.
Okay. So basically, before joining an org, obviously, like I was duo with Kareem at that time, and me and him were just like grinding as much as we can, playing like as much tournaments as we can. We just really wanted to get signed because we knew that Fortnite was going to pop off sooner or later. So before joining an org, I'd say you just have to have the mentality to like grind and like keep like working on like getting better and improving. And if you keep improving, sooner or later, orgs will notice you. They'll see you're doing well in tournaments. They'll see you like starting to pop off, and they will want to sign you, obviously, because you will bring them the most like success.
Yeah. My mindset personally, like before I joined the org, and this was like ever since after Afro Esports, is I just used like everyone else at that point. Because at Afro Esports, I played that LAN. I was bad at the game. I'm not gonna lie. I just switched from controller to PC. Like it was my first competition. I was nervous. I had like an IRL friend there. We drove down from George, so I was very nervous. But I feel like after that, my only like mindset was just like I want to be better than all of these guys, and that was it. I didn't care about getting into org. I didn't
Keep trying.
like care about the I didn't care about the cloud. I didn't care about anything else. I just wanted to be better than like I'll use this for example. I saw Riots at the LAN. I like talked to him. He sat quite close to me. I saw he did pretty well. I saw Zach and Kareem did pretty well at that LAN. I was just like, damn, these guys are really good. I want to be just as good as them, if not better. And then that was basically just my motivation to get there.
Yeah, I think the freshers hashtag grind to get signed is probably the best representation of that, saying you need to grind your ass off if you want to be in a top organization, and obviously you need to be good and have a good social media presence. You can't be a dick to everyone and think, okay, well, it doesn't matter. So yeah, okay.
Another thing I just want to add there real quick is my motivation came from knowing what I wanted. When you're grinding, what are you grinding for? You
Yeah.
grind to get signed.
Yeah.
Why do you want to get signed? Do you just want to represent an organization and look amongst friends?
Yeah.
Do you
Clout.
physically need the help because it's what you do? What is it for?
Cloud chase.
My grind and my motivation was because Zozu and I, being university students and grown up and wanting to do more, is because we wanted to see if gaming was worth it. We've seen
Yeah.
all the YouTube videos, we've seen players in South Africa going overseas, so we wanted to see if it was worth it. And our motivation was, knowing what we wanted from an organization. And that's a lot of things that organizations want to players. They don't want to pick up players that look like they don't have a purpose. If you guys are just good at the game, you got to have a story behind you. You got to want something. What do you want as a player? What are you grinding for? Are you grinding for like just to sign with an organization? That can't just be enough. You want something.
Yeah.
You want peripheral help. You want to represent a brand because you want to do something bigger than yourself. What is it? Think about it.
I feel so motivated after that, Hutch. I'm not going to lie.
Okay. Our next question comes from Hayes Africa saying, do you think Fortnite player base is declining? And if so, what do you think is the reason for that? Personally, I don't think it's declining. It, in a way, you could maybe see, of course, Fortnite brings out cuck updates, but in the local scene, I don't think it's declining. I think it's climbing. I don't know. What do you guys
I
think?
think it's just that
I think
paid
personally,
for tournaments. I think that like entry is declined because not everyone can pay for every single tournament that comes up. But like the actual player base, if you look at like free tournaments and stuff, there's a lot of players already. There's like, and it's only increasing.
Only going up, yeah.
I think worldwide it's definitely not decreasing. The competitive scene is definitely not decreasing because there's still lots of money involved. And that's what people are going for. Like, obviously, Mongrel's not going to go quit because they released some shit up there.
Yeah, he's still the best at the game.
I
feel like
you didn't grind so much to just quit.
It definitely had like a patch, I feel like, where the player base might have been declining. Like when the mech was at its worst, they just removed all the mobility and stuff. I feel like there was like a lot of players, for example, I went to play Minecraft for a bit, and I know the boy Riots is also on a Minecraft grind for a bit. And a lot of other people were also like just playing Minecraft, switching to other games, like streamers, playing like Minecraft, playing other games, playing CS, just like really not happy with like the game at that point. So I feel like it might have gone down a bit by then, but the overall player base of Fortnite, I feel like as long as Fortnite keeps like throwing money at the player base, who's gonna quit? If you're good or decent at the game, and there's $3 million prize pools thrown at you each year for solo and $3 million for duo, or like let's say they do $6 million for trios next year or something. Like if you're good or decent at the game, no way you're gonna give that up. Like I don't think you can hate Fortnite that much that you won't try and play for that. That's a lot of motivation to play for like 6 mil for like trios example.
And I was in conversation, I don't want to name any names, but I was in conversation with another organization asking them if they would be interested to enter the Fortnite scene. And they gave me the reasoning to saying no, say that they don't have enough social media presence, they're not big enough. Then I obviously said, well, I think Call of Duty and Fortnite is maybe in the same category as player base, because I think with Fortnite we can easily fill custom lobbies when we get it full. It sometimes gets to 150 players in customs. In the beginning when MG tournaments had these customs running every single day. It obviously decreased now that we have School Cup, the Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, the in-game tournaments and all that. So, in a way, obviously some organizations see it as it's not ready for them to step in, but that's up to them. The next question then comes from Daylin ZA saying, do you think Cape Town players who qualified for the School Cup will perform well in Johannesburg? The ping is relatively higher and they'll be competing against players used to it. Now, obviously, this comes to Trogonz and Riots and you guys that are still in school. Do you guys obviously, Trogonz, you are basically in the Western Cape. George falls under the Western Cape. So, do you think it's gonna affect you because you're gonna play on a higher ping down in Johannesburg for the School Cup? How do you think that's gonna play out?
I think you're kind of asking the wrong people because me and Rise both relatively play on high ping. George does not have the best internet, and I think Hermanus is kind of in the same boat there, internet-wise. Like it's not the most stable. It's like if you want stable internet, you have to pay a shit ton of money for it. So I feel like you're kind of asking the wrong people. But at the end of the day, I don't feel like there are some Cape Town players that I know like play with very low ping, especially in creative. But I don't think it's gonna be that big of a difference if they like go from, for example, let's say like I don't know if this is true. Like say a Cape Town pinger gets like 150 in an actual arena game. Like I don't think going from 150 to going to like 180, 190 that like I have sometimes, like most of the times, not sometimes, is gonna be that big of the issue. I feel it's just gonna be basically the same. I don't think it's gonna be that big of an adjustment.
Yeah, I also
Except
feel that.
in solos. I feel like in solos it might be because I like before this I still don't really know how this new patch like with the wall taking and stuff works. But before the new patch, I'm pretty sure like there were some Cape Town players that could just yoink any other ZA player's wall.
Yeah.
So like if you go to a LAN and that was still the case,
Yeah.
going from like I can yoink everyone's wall to all of a sudden they can hold walls against me is gonna be a big difference. It's
Yeah.
definitely gonna like require a switch in playstyle.
I definitely can't wait for the School Cup in December the 17th. I'm definitely going to be there. Can't wait to meet all of you guys. Then the last questions of the community questions is from Brew Mole saying, "What are your views?"
Frozen again.
What are?
Yeah, Dalry's gone.
It's not. I'm here,
Dalry's
dude.
internet's paused.
I'm here, man. All right.
Dalry.
Can you guys hear me? Am I fine now?
The last question is.
Hi.
Am I fine?
Wait,
Can you
you're
guys see
lagging a
me?
bit. Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
chilling.
Okay. I don't know why. Okay.
Oh, tell
But
Dallas is struggling
what
again.
are your views on the Fortnite competition so far? How do you think it has improved in the ZA gaming community or the scene, and how will it continue to improve? A lot of questions basically in this one little thing, but basically is what's your view on the Fortnite competitive scene so far? Is it growing? Is it improving? Tournament organizers are what? How are we like 5, 6 tournament organizers by now? We have Metal State that stepped in. I know down the line maybe VS Gaming will step in. So basically the answer to that is I think the Fortnite scene is at a good place at this stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
think-
definitely growing at a good rate, at a solid
Yeah,
like,
so
not like at a
positive.
steady pace. It's not like spiking up and then going back down. It's just like going up like steadily and just keep going up.
Keep doing its
And I
thing.
feel like our player base is also slowly but surely evolving with like how they play, like
Yeah,
kind of getting on par with EU.
Yeah.
There's still like some stuff that are different with our lobbies, like not being like as stacked due to just W keying because our lobbies aren't filled with 100 like god tier players. There are like some better players and
Yeah.
then some worse players. So
Mm.
like compared to like IT customs or something, the lobbies are a lot less stacked. So it's basically like playing two different games. But I
Okay.
mean, our lobbies are definitely like getting there in terms of how the players play and skill wise,
Yeah,
slowly but surely.
All right, now we're gonna get to the who tweeted that, and I asked every single one of you to get your phone out or a piece of
My
paper,
phone's dying.
and so get a pen and paper
No.
quick so it's fine. The first the tweet, someone said between you four guys, Greasy Grove is mine. No, it's fucking not. Who said that?
Wait,
Do I
can
need
you
to do
repeat it? I
that?
was like lagging out. Can
Okay.
you repeat what was said?
The tweet said, Greasy Grove is mine. No,
That's so
it's
easy.
fucking not.
That's
Who
easy.
said that?
That is easy.
So easy.
That is so easy.
And you put it in
That's
forehand typing.
Forward
That's
typing, dude.
really-
Uppercase, lowercase, uppercase, lowercase, uppercase, lowercase.
Okay,
Easy.
if it is you that don't give it out, please
Oh,
make it
yeah.
make it difficult. Okay, the next tweet says, I've never felt better at Fortnite. Finally grinding again like I used to. Who said that?
Wait.
No.
I don't even know.
That sounds like someone that's sitting here right now.
3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah.
Was it actually me?
Yeah, that was actually you.
That's I felt
Like
that
that's how Archie tweet, dude. Like that's
Yeah.
how
Okay, dude.
That's how Archie. That's how Archie tweet.
All right, next one is I'm a competitive Minecraft player. Who said I'm a competitive Minecraft player?
Yeah,
This is
that's
easy.
a difficult one.
Wait, no, it's actually quite
I
difficult.
don't know. It's
You see, Trogonz are right.
yeah, definitely.
I don't know which one of them.
One of those two, like
Wait. Hold on.
yeah, Dara, sir.
All right, 3, 2, 1, put it up. It was Trogonz.
Why would you pick yourself?
I know my teammates. dude.
I was actually like on the line because
Riots is big bot, dude.
Like say like that as well.
Well, I'm keeping score, dude.
Who said, just remove the fucking heavy sniper? Holy shit.
Oh,
Okay. This is the easiest one ever.
3, 2, 1, put it up. Obviously,
Like,
yeah.
like
That
you
is,
can't even like.
yeah. All right,
Come
next
on.
one. Said, please get me back to Call of Duty. Please get me back
Okay,
to
go
Call
on.
of Duty. 3, 2, 1, put it up. Zak. Yeah.
Bro, that's not, I didn't tweet that.
You did. Please get me back to Call of Duty. That was six
Zach,
months
how could
ago.
you, dude?
How could you
6
betray the
months.
FortniteZA scene, Zach?
This,
I would
uh,
never-
this,
I couldn't remember that.
this-
Sorry,
this
guys.
might be-
Fall
that-
back into the tweet.
this
eh?
might be the
Yeah,
easiest
oh,
one.
oh,
Wait, this one is a very easy one. I'm a Fortnite content creator. I'm not a pro player.
Okay,
Don't
wait,
get
this
it
is-
twisted.
Don't worry, I got this, guys. I got this.
Right.
Really? It's a tricky one.
Yeah, it's a tricky
Nah, it's
one.
very
Yeah, this
tricky.
is really
I'm
tricky.
pretty sure
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
right, guys.
All right, show.
Definitely, guys, I'm right. Come on.
Yeah, that's
Guys, I know
Hutchie.
for a fact I'm-
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Hutch, the content
All
creator.
right.
dude.
Yeah, comes another one. If
I
you
mean-
grief people who are ahead of you in a tournament, grow a pair of balls and have some sportsmanship and stay out instead of trying to grief people.
Wait, it's actually kind of tricky.
It's
Yeah,
between the
that's
two
hard.
Minecraft players again.
Whoa, wait, hold
Between the
on.
two Minecraft players for me.
Wait, hold on.
If you grief
Okay.
people who
So
who are ahead of you in a tournament, grow a pair of balls.
Okay, I'm ready.
I
Okay.
feel like that's very.
I'm
Right,
ready.
I
show.
feel only like one of two of us.
Okay,
I
show.
feel like.
Riots. Yeah, it was
Trogonz
Trogonz. It was Trogonz,
Was it
right?
actually?
Riot said himself.
That sounds like something that Ryan.
Yeah, I was first time, dude. I was on a solo tour, dude. I was getting landed on by like 4 kids. That
But
were
the
like
thing is,
bottom
grow a
of the
pair of
leaderboard.
balls doesn't sound
Yeah,
like
that sounds like
something
something-
that's
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Dude, I was
That's
super
the
heated
same.
at that moment. Though.
Like, oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
we could
was
tell.
Trogonz, but I was like, yeah, Trogonz wouldn't tweet that.
Yeah.
Like,
All right. Next one. I turned my DPI from 1K to 1.6K
Okay, I got this.
just to see what it was playing, how I was playing, and yes, bro, I was on drugs. Yes, bro, I was on drugs.
Yeah, yeah, this is easy. dude.
Yeah.
That's so easy.
Yeah,
That's
it's right.
That's so easy.
Oh, no.
That's us, pretty.
Yes, bro. All right. My mom, my mom just wished me happy Father's Day. Who said that? My mom just wished me happy Father's Day.
Okay.
I have no idea who that could be, but.
All right, show. Yeah, it was Hutchie.
So,
Yeah, it was Hutchie.
for me.
When that happened, Hutchie was like, "Bro, is there something I don't know about you?" Like,
I was like, Mom, did she come to the house? Like, whoa, dude.
All right, another one. Played like complete shit today, but happy the day is over and nothing was on the line. Played like complete shit today, but happy the day is over and nothing was on the line.
I think it was on them. That doesn't sound anyone.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say
This
you guys
tweet
all
was
think you
back in
cracked to, like-
April of 2017.
Yes, like it, bro.
Yeah,
No, it was
That's
April
something.
17th. No, show.
I my Twitter account in April, man.
I think I don't know.
It was Trogonz. It was
Oh,
Trogonz.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Yo,
Trogonz, you
Trogonz.
said
When did I
that.
tweet that out?
Oh, it makes sense. Trogonz a bond.
Oh, true. Facts.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Trogbot.
All right.
Trogbot, dude.
Maybe Fortnite is getting threatened by Donald Trump. That's why they're adding all this trash.
Oh, I'm done.
Wait, what?
Maybe
It's so easy when it's
maybe
like something bad
Fortnite
about
is
the game.
getting threatened by
Yeah.
Donald Trump.
There's only one person that's dramatic.
All right,
Okay.
show. Yeah, it was riots. Yeah,
Yeah.
indeed.
Yeah. Like,
Yep.
if it's something bad about the
When
game, I
was
feel like
that?
it's either
It was like
me or Riots, and it's like,
Yeah.
If it's
Alright.
something bad about the community and someone speaking up, it's me.
that is true.
I like that the pump shotgun got vaulted. I've always liked my tac attack, but couldn't use it because pump was so much better.
I know.
I like
What
that
year
the,
was this?
I, li-
That's
I like that the shotgun got vaulted. I've always liked my tac attack, but couldn't use it because pump was so much better.
No, wait.
Okay.
3,
I know. I think
Two.
I know.
1, go.
I mean,
Come on,
really,
riots, come
Zach?
riots, come riots.
Really, Zach?
It was Hutchie. It was Hutchie.
Wait, what?
Yeah. It was Hutchie.
Like,
Dude,
I'm 100% sure
I
it's me.
laughed
this?
when Hutchie said, dude, I'm happy the combat got vaulted. When he said, I'm happy the combat got vaulted, then because I knew I had this question or this tweet coming up. Now he says, I'm happy that
There
this.
was, okay, not gonna lie. There was a phase where I thought the tack was better. Not gonna
No
lie.
way.
Like
Like,
the tac
the
attack.
tac
No, that
attack
was before the combat came out, and I got
Yeah,
annoyed
of course.
because I was hitting for 40s. So
Yeah.
I just was like, if I have attack, I just shoot more than one.
Yeah.
True.
All right,
I remember that. Yeah.
people with the mindset of fight, W key, kill are the worst players in the game.
That,
I think I remember
yeah.
this is, yeah.
Fight, W key, kill. All right, so
I feel like that's attacking me.
that was riots.
That was
Ah.
right. I've tweeted
It
out,
is
I'm
something
pretty sure
that
I've tweeted out,
Trogonz
something
would say.
similar. Yeah, I've tweeted out
Because
something
Trogonz is
similar,
so
100%.
passive.
Yeah, I don't like W keying or W keys at all.
Alright, now likes W King.
Mm.
Yeah, so now I am a W keyer.
Okay, who said, I can't deal with my fucking internet anymore. I just lose to people I shouldn't fucking lose to because I spike to 1,100 for no
I feel
fucking
like-
reason. I hate
Yes.
it. I just hate it. I hate it. I'm going to quit. I'm going to fucking quit. Yeah, it was riots.
Obviously.
Bro.
Obviously. Right. It don't hurt as bad as it used to.
Okay.
Don't hurt as bad as
Hello?
it used to.
Wait, I can't
Oh,
even
no, not
spell.
like this.
I don't know who that was.
Wait,
Alright,
what
so-
was said? I was lagging out there. What was it?
It don't hurt as bad as it used to.
It don't hurt as bad as it used to.
No, it's not Zach. It's Zach, it's not you, it's Hutchie.
Wait, is it Zach? Wait,
It's
what?
Hutchie. No.
Oh, I was like, wait, it's Zach?
I thought it was
100%
me.
Yeah, I'm the one that deep.
Yo.
I'm the one that deep. But it's a
Alright.
good song.
Who said, I tell you that I don't care, but I really do care.
Oh,
Okay.
Zach.
okay.
No, guys, I'm not that deep. No.
I feel like that was. I feel like that was a very like.
Alright,
very
so-
straightforward,
someone,
guys.
So-
someone was kind of like in the fields.
Yeah,
Repeat the tweet.
it was
Repeat the
Hutchie.
tweet.
It was
Repeat the
Hutchie.
tweet.
Wait, what?
Hutchie said, I tell you that I don't care. Really, I do care.
I don't care. Really, I do care. Dude, I'm such a Juice WRLD fan, bro. This is the old Juice WRLD too.
Okay.
People will be sliding in my DM like, Hutch, what did she do to you?
Who tweeted,
Who hurt you?
my left eye still twitches after 2 whole weeks. What's wrong with me?
What?
Who said that?
What's wrong with me?
I got this.
I think I have it as well.
Okay,
I
show.
don't know though. Do
Show. Yeah, it was Hutch. Trogonz got his own one wrong, dude.
Dude, I was like it was exams for me in like high school, right? Like I think it was like grade 8 exams or something. And like my left eye just kept twitching, and I was
Bro,
super
same,
annoying.
same,
And like I don't
dude.
know what to do because it's like it just like randomly appears and
Yep.
my eyes just starts twitching, and it was so annoying. But I don't
Last
think I
one.
quit at that point. So I mean,
Last one. Who tweeted? Send me your CV. Send me your CV.
That's
I feel
fine,
like you guys might
there's
get this
one
wrong.
person. There's
This
one
is
person.
hard. And-
It's a tricky one.
Okay.
This guy show. Oh, you're
Can't
all
be
wrong.
me.
It's Zach.
Ah, I was
What's
right.
that,
I
Hutchie?
said Zach.
Hutchie's
I
right.
said Zach.
What's
Let's
that?
go.
Hutchie knows you guys, dude.
Since when does Zach like?
Hutchie knows you guys, dude.
I know I wouldn't say that because
Yeah.
I don't,
I'm so
I don't like
used
to
to
read,
about
dog.
that.
I probably sent that like as a joke. To be honest.
Yeah, I
Reply
think.
some other tweet.
All right.
Send me a CV.
Now we come into the juicy side of things. We're done with the who said that or who tweeted that. Now we come to the storm search. And for those people that don't know how the storm search works, in Fortnite, obviously you get hit by the storm search if there's not enough damage dealt. And this is basically what it is in this section. And you might need to take some damage from some people depending on what answer you give. But I try to tell everyone be as honest and open as possible. At least you can't be said that you're fake. But the first
Do we
question.
explain? Wait, hold on. Are we
You
allowed
don't-
to explain?
you can explain.
answers?
You can explain, but keep it short. Because
Yeah.
the questions must come as quick as possible. And we're going to go down from Hutchie, Zach, Trogonz, and Riots.
What? Why am I first?
Because you first on my
Why am I
list.
second?
Because you
Why
are
am I
second on
third?
my
Like,
list. And
I
you're
was
third.
in a storm surge, I can go last.
Hutchie, okay,
Alphabetical
listen
order.
here. Okay, listen here. Just to make it interesting.
Wait,
Just to make
we're
it.
still
Whoa,
first.
just to
Never
just to
mind.
make.
That is
Listen.
I'm lost, dude.
That is already
You
lagged
guys always
out.
get the
It's
tags
back.
for storm
That
search.
ain't
Alright.
Now you guys
okay,
actually get
back.
storm
Just
search.
just to make it interesting. Okay, we'll go backwards. So Riots, Trogonz, Zach, Hutch.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. First question is, if you could duo with one player in this forecast, who would you duo with?
Hutchie, obviously. Come
Bruh,
on.
if you said anyone else, dude, oh my god.
Trogonz.
I have to say my boy Riots.
All right, Zach.
100%.
That one.
In the field.
Bro, they're all so good, dude. I wouldn't
Zach,
mind
think
any.
carefully, dude. Who paid for your parking yesterday, man? You still own, bro.
I'm gone.
Who do you pick?
I take Trogonz coffee.
All right. Oh, everything's lagging out on my side. Hello. Everyone here still?
Hello.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
we're here.
All right, Hutchie. And you?
Obviously.
Oh, yes.
Obviously, right.
Obviously.
Yeah, I heard him
Obviously.
say. I heard him say Zach, dude.
Zach.
Nah, I think you're lagging, bro.
Yeah. Okay. Who in the community can't back up all his smack talking?
Hey,
Who can't back up with all the smack they talk? Right?
I didn't think about
Be
Be honest, 100%.
Be 100% be honest.
Like placing wise or just like.
No,
don't
who
think
just
they
can't back up their words?
I mean, with the strength, dude. The
Who,
fight.
who just can't back it
I'm
up?
kidding. I'm kidding. It's probably with placements.
sure.
Your.
Tough.
Like, probably like Clouds or
Yeah.
Trash Panda.
Yo, do you want to call out the whole community? Let's stick to one. You don't want 20 people in your DM.
You just pick one, my man.
Yeah, just pick one. Alright, Trogonz.
Straight after. So
Yeah.
Someone that can't back it up. Clouds.
Clouds. Zach?
Let me just check who's in this chat quickly. I'd probably say. I'm gonna say like as a joke, but I'm gonna say Cade, bro. Cade, you wanna fight me?
Okay.
Something's up to
I'm ready.
Yeah, okay. Hutchie?
To me, being 100% honest, it used to be Storm and Fish. That was during the one tournament of the whole anonymous. But lately, these guys have been putting consistent. So now I don't know who I'd say. Probably, I don't know. Does Cloud still have an ego? I don't talk to him anymore. I haven't blocked and everything. Probably Cloud.
Probably Clouds. All right,
Cloud.
yeah. All right. Question number 3 is: who is the most toxic person in this community? Who's the most toxic person in this community? It can be him being IRL toxic. It can be him in game and whatever. Who do you think it is, Riots?
This is a very spicy storm surge.
I feel like this is the longest storm surge answers.
But we only by 3 questions, dude. What?
I don't know. It's hard because like, that's a tough one because people don't really like showing their toxicity.
But
Well,
that's
who
fine.
does show
He's
it?
toxic.
Yeah.
He's not toxic underground.
Yeah.
Who's low-key toxic?
There's some people who are like toxic for the meme of it though. Does that count?
Yeah,
You
that
can
obviously
count that.
counts.
Even for being
You can
toxic.
count that. I already have.
Okay, I know. I'm saying that if that
All right.
counts.
We'll give
I
Riots
know
more
who
time. We'll give
Trogonz is
Riots
gonna
more
say.
time. Trogonz, who you say?
Hey, Rise, my man
I knew
Rise
you'd say
being
that.
toxic so much.
Rise.
He's actually the fucking
Oh,
nicest
damn.
kid. Like, he's the nicest oak like I've met in a while, but like he just memes being toxic so much.
Zach and you?
I was gonna say Colby because he calls himself toxic. Like,
Oh,
all the
yeah.
time.
That's true.
Colby Flopmeister.
Flop.
Literally
Flopmeister.
Like, literally like, yo guys, I'm toxic guys. I was just like,
All right, Riots.
Yeah, Flopmeister any day, but that's my boy. I love him.
Yeah, floppy.
Hutchie?
yeah.
I'll have to say Bean.
Bean.
I'm saying Bean specifically because there's an image that he's built around himself in the community and holds himself high at a high standard versus
Mm.
everyone else in the scene.
Mm.
But he stayed at Rise's house and we were in Discord calls with Rise all the time. And the amount of toxicity in Discord from that guy,
Yeah.
it's
the amount of stuff
insane.
Yeah.
It was even directed at us.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
so much. So
Yeah.
I'm calling out Bean, dude. You fake,
Yeah,
100%.
All right.
Oi.
I have to
Name one player that is a free 50 pot when you run into him.
Ah,
Right?
I know what I'm saying.
Riots?
I know what I'm saying.
Who's a free 50 pot?
Definitely Neymar.
Yay! Trogonz.
Oh,
I'm joking.
definitely been like in trios. Kill Ross at the 3. Like kill
I'd say-
Rise. Just
I'd
double
say-
kill Rise and then
Actually, I don't even know anymore.
I'd say Kareem, easy kill, easy.
Yeah,
kill.
I was gonna
I
say.
killed.
Nah,
I killed
Actually,
him.
right,
Kareem's
right,
good,
right.
Kareem's
In
good.
trios, I killed him today, easy. Buddy, I wasn't tilted.
Hutch, who's
But
your
my-
50
my-
pot?
Today.
My 50 pot Zach, I kill him every tournament.
Bruh.
Zach's never killed me. I think I'm like 5 and
Like,
0.
I look up and Hutchie's busy shooting like an RPG or something, like down at.
Zach is pickaxing a guy in a 30 game endgame, and I just shoot an RPG down.
Like,
Right.
I'm out here trying to get mats, and Hutchie just.
Yeah.
Neymar was a joke.
No, okay, but who's your real answer then? Who's your real answer?
That was a joke as well.
Okay, any day.
Who?
Links.
Links. Hey.
Thanks, 4K. Oh.
Hey.
Any day.
Okay,
Links,
we'll move along. Next question is: if you could have one item come back into Fortnite, what would that item be?
The
Gold pump.
Zapatron, bruh. Yo.
Yo, right, we're just losing half of your neck there again, eh?
Yeah, you're kind of like
He's
flooding
looking
down.
again, dude.
There we go,
It's
dude.
literally right in the cab.
Trogons go.
Fine, but on the camera it's weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine would definitely be Shadows.
Shadows.
I don't feel like there's enough mobility in the game. Like, it's so RNG if you get mobility or not. Shadows could help it a lot.
Sure, that you said that now. Now that you said that, like I'm also.
Oh, wait.
thinking
I'm
Shadows.
Jump
changing my
pads?
answer. I'm changing my
Jump
answer. I'm
pads?
changing my answer. I want to change my answer.
Yeah.
Ballers. As much as people hated them, they like you could have so much like off-zone routes with ballers where you land on a ball and you just collect so much like just of the what people would normally consider scraps and like outskirts of like actual big POIs
Yeah.
that you actually like end up with even better loot as those people.
All right.
At the
Yeah.
end of it, I feel like they were pretty balanced at the end of the season.
I'd say Gold Pump or Shadows. One of those two.
Shadows are bounce pads for me.
And
Bounce
Bounce
pad. I think
Bounce
bounce
pads are
pads,
really
yeah.
good.
I think
Yeah,
bounce
I
pads
have
was
that
cool.
one.
bring back.
Yeah.
Things I want to bring back.
Yeah.
All right. Next question is then the mech the sword, or planes? Which one of these, if you had a choice to stay permanently, which one would you pick to stay permanently? Mechs, the sword, or planes?
Making the bad states, like everyone in
Yes,
its worst state,
yes.
or like in the nerf
Yeah,
states of
no,
them.
worst
The
state.
worst states.
Okay, play.
Planes.
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 If it was the mech right now, then it would be the mech, but
Yeah.
planes, right?
Yes, land on it every single time.
Planes, yeah, planes.
Yeah,
100%.
probably planes, yeah. Alright, question 8 is now. Name one player people should keep an eye out for, and he's an up and coming player. Who should they keep their eye open? That's up and coming.
Can be 100%.
Who?
Chambi.
Alright.
I don't know, hey. I'm like torn on like 3 different people, but I'll
Same,
definitely have to say
same.
Shambi. I was
Zach?
about to say Guac, but Guac's already like pretty accredited in the
yeah,
community.
that's-
Like
that's
people
what I
know
was
about him.
thinking
So
as well.
I was saying Shambi, definitely Shambi.
Right,
I would
Hutchie?
say.
You just said
No,
Chambi,
it's-
Zach.
Did I say
No,
Chambi?
no,
You just said
Zach,
definitely.
go Zach, go
Okay, go.
Zach.
No, I would say Psycho or Guac.
Psycho,
Along
Guac.
those lines.
Fish.
Hutchie?
I don't even know, dude. Probably like, if we're talking about someone that like, probably Nate.
Yeah, we're talking about like someone that isn't known.
I'd
right?
probably
Nate.
say Nate.
Nate, yeah.
I'm
Would,
saying Nate.
and maybe
Yeah,
Pop,
Nate.
would you guys say maybe Popcool? But he's, I don't know.
No,
if you
I
consider
would say
him,
Popcool.
The reason why I'm saying Nate is because like when going from controller, he was never a threat in controller besides his
Yeah.
name.
yeah.
But then mouse and keyboard, that guy is like he's really putting up a show. He's just lacks on consistency.
Yeah.
yeah.
But that comes with bad decisions. But I feel like if he can make good decisions, he'll be a really good player. Plus, he also made it really quickly up the mouse and keyboard. So
yeah.
probably Nate, to be
Nate,
honest.
yeah. I agree with you on
Nah,
that
put him
one.
in A.
All right. Next question is the biggest ego in FortniteZA.
Okay,
Bean.
this is easy.
Ego. Right, let's go.
Bean.
Bean. Okay, Zach.
Bean. Okay.
We're gonna make it a full house. Hutchie.
4 in a row. 4 in a
Oh,
row.
They
I-
said it. Bean.
Bean. All right.
Yeah.
Across the board, it's Bean. Okay. Now the last question is: rank the following players from the best to worst. We're gonna end
Okay.
off on this one. You have Storm. You have Clouds. You have Bean. You have Neymar, and you have Rise. Those 5. From best to worst.
We're gonna
Storm.
forget those. That's too many names.
Should we write them down? Write them down.
So right,
Yeah, I'm
Storm.
writing down.
Storm, Clouds, Bean,
I already chose
Neymar.
my app.
and Rise.
I already forgot.
Okay.
Give me a sec.
Neymar.
The
Wait,
chat,
wait,
you
give me a
chat,
second.
chat. You guys can get involved here as well. Give me your list from 1 to 5. 1 being the
Repeat
best,
it?
1 being the best, and 5 being the worst.
Storm, Rise, Clouds, and who's the other one?
Where can I go?
Hold up.
Storm, Clouds, Bean, Neymar, Rise, and who?
Storm, Clouds, Bean, Neymar, and Rise.
Okay.
Oh, it's just those 5.
Okay.
Okay,
Alright.
James, you
Yeah.
do-
Right. I'll start with you.
Neymar, Rise, Storm, Bean, Clouds.
All right.
Neymar being the
Trogonz?
best.
Yeah.
Can it be a tie?
Wait. So you, Hutchie says Neymar, Rise,
Storm.
Storm.
It's an S.
Yeah. Storm,
Bean and
Bean, and
Clouds.
Clouds. Okay.
Yeah. Same as
Trogonz?
mine,
Sheesh,
I would
almost forgot
say
something else.
Neymar, Rise, Storm, Bean, and Clouds. Yeah.
So the same, Zach.
Yeah.
I just want to get this straight that they all really, really
Yeah. Good.
just that they're not like it's not like I'm calling the player that I put last like bad or anything.
Yeah.
But I would make it Neymar, Rise, Bean, Storm, then Clouds.
All right. I think I think your list is more or less what I also would go for. But all right. I think that is it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, ATK. Thanks, Hutchie, Zach, Trogonz, Riots. Thank you very much to take about it's exactly 2 hours now that we've been live thank you very much for joining me. Thanks again to the whole FortniteZA community for watching, or either on Hutchie's stream or on my stream. I appreciate you guys stopping by. And then yet again, ATK, you guys for stopping by, taking the time out of your day, and answering some of these questions that sometimes are difficult, but it's rather good to be honest than being sly and behind people's back. Rice, love, Shambi. Okay, Chadawi. All right, guys, thank you very much. And the next episode in 2 weeks' time, we will have Bravado on a stream. We will make out a tweet on who those 4 people would be, but keep your eyes open on the socials. You can find everyone's socials just below their webcam. As you can see, there's Hutchie's, mine, Zak's, Riots, and Trogonz. So thank you very much for everyone. And guys, again, thank you very much. We'll check you next time.
Zak.
Cheerio.
Oh.
Zak, do it quickly, Zak. I'm gonna end.
Zak,
catch.
Oh.
All right, guys. Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.
Boys.
Just